let's get into the matter at hand, what you all came here to see. We're going to do a review, an ownership review, a 1-year ownership review on this 2019 4Runner Limited. Alright guys, so here we are, and I know looks are subjective, but I think, even though these things have not changed much in a long time, I think that this, honestly, to me, is the best looking SUV on the road, hands down. Yes, this is the limited trim, so this is the highest trim you can get in the 4Runner. Does it compare to a lot of the competitors when it comes to, you know, interior features, technology? No, it does not. They need to step up their game, that's for sure, when it comes to interior, when it comes into some safety features that other vehicles just have standard. But when you get this thing, you get a bulletproof SUV, basically a maintenance-free SUV. And to me, that's why I bought this thing. I bought this thing to put my family into, to use as a daily driver. I can send my wife and my kid that's on the way out in this vehicle and feel extremely confident that they're gonna get there safe and sound. So this being the limited, this has the all-time, you know, automatic all-wheel drive. It has a locking center diff. This does not have a locking rear diff like some of the other packages you can get, the SR5, the off-road, the TRD Pro. You know, you can get those with a locking diff. This has the locking center diff. So let's look at the exterior for a second. With the limited, you get some chrome. So you get the chrome limited badging, chrome door handles. You get a chrome strip along the bottom of the door seal. Little chrome strip here on the mirror where you get the indicators for the blinkers. You get the chrome sort of across the grille here in the front. Chrome strips along the bottom. Chrome around the fog lights. So that is, you know, the exterior. That's the chrome features. With this vehicle at this price point, which is like $55,000 Canadian, you still get just straight up old halogen light bulbs. They absolutely, at this price point, and you know, being 2019, LED should be standard. It really should be, absolutely. But like I said, they have some downfalls with this vehicle. They have some things to step up to, that's for sure. But just looking at the exterior, I think this thing looks very, very nice. Okay, so coming around to the back of the vehicle, this is one of the coolest things that the 4Runner has, and it's had for a long time, that not any other vehicle that I know of has on the market, other than another Toyota vehicle. This back window completely slides up and slides down. So if you're, you know, you got groceries in your hand, or you know, you got a stroller or something in your hand, you can just walk up to this thing. As long as the doors are unlocked, you can press the button and the window will go down. That's pretty awesome. You can just set something in, you're good to go. But let's say, you know, you got a couple dogs, or you got a bunch of groceries or a bunch of luggage. You need some cargo space. Another reason why I bought this vehicle was because of this area back here is massive. This does not have the third row. I did not want the third row. I have 200-pound dogs, and I wanted space for them. When we have the kid, you know, you got the car seat set up, you got passengers. So there's tons of room back here. We've had both dogs back here, and they've been extremely comfortable. So coming in to the back seat, you know, as you can see, we got the car seat over there set up. This seat is set up for me. I sit a long ways back of my seat. I'm 5'9", but I sit a long ways back of my seat. I have quite long legs for my height. So this is set up where I would want it. And there still is a large amount of room here between my leg and the front seat. The headroom could be a bit better, but you lose a bit of space because of the sunroof that this has. So headroom could be a bit better for sure. But to sort of help you with that, this seat reclines. And it reclines a long ways. So if you're going on a road trip, you can recline that back, and you are actually like extremely comfortable in here for sure. So we'll pop that back up. So, you know, while you're back here, you do have a 12-volt plug, two 12-volt plugs, no USB ports. So this being a 2019, there's no USB ports back here. I'm not sure about the 2020s. You do have a armrest that folds down here, but 2 cup holders in it, so that's very nice, you know, going on road trips and whatnot. I was back here, me and my mother and my father and my wife went on a little bit of a road trip. My wife was driving, my mother's in the front seat, me and my father were in the back, and we were actually very, very comfortable. We went on about a 4-hour drive, and we were very, very comfortable back here. Okay, so that is the back seat. Now, let's talk about something that if this was my daily driver, this is more of my wife's daily driver than it is mine. If this was my daily driver, I would probably not have these running boards on. These running boards came from factory, and to me, they are kind of useless. I can easily get in the vehicle and get out no problem without. I really do wish there was a grab handle here though, so you don't have to be using the steering wheel. Toyota took the grab handles out of some of their vehicles, and I have no idea why they did that. But anyway, for me, as you can see, when you look down, there's not a whole lot of running board there to step on. So if you put your foot like this, especially if you have boots or something on, you're going to be kicking the bottom of this all the time and sort of scratching that up. So in order to not do that, you have to turn your foot sideways in order to get in the vehicle. So to me, if I was going to keep, you know, this was my vehicle, I would get the power deploying boards, or I just take these off, because to me these really don't do a whole lot. Okay, so as you can see, this is a full power driver's seat, full power passenger seat. It does have two memory seat settings, which is great because well, here's where I sit. And there's where my wife sits. Now imagine me trying to get into that thing. It would not be pretty. So I can easily set that back to my seating position, and she can do the same. She would have no chance driving where I sit, and I'd have no chance driving where she sits. So that is a great thing to have. Here's your window controls. They are all auto up, auto down, door locks, and your window lock, so you can lock all the windows. Here you have your power mirror controls, your sort of cargo controls. You can turn your parking sensors on and off. You can turn your 120 volt AC switch back there on and off. And this is like a heated wiper thing, which I've never used. I don't really know what the real good use of that would be, because if you're heating your vehicle up, you're just going to turn your defrost on anyway. So we're going to climb in. Okay, so it is a bit warm outside today, so I'm actually going to turn the vehicle on. It is push button start. Okay, so we've got our air condition. Obviously, you know, this being the limited, you get dual climate controls, auto climate. You do have heated and cooled seats. I find, I'm gonna turn this down. Okay, so I find that the cooled seats work quite well. The heated seats work really good. I find the cooled seats work quite well. I can pretty much instantly feel it in my back. My wife doesn't really agree. She doesn't really think that the cooled seats work all that well. She finds that the cooled seats work much better in my 250, my F250, than what they do in this vehicle. But I think that they work quite well. So you do have one USB port here, you know, which again for 2019, that is a far cry from what it should be. And you do have another 12 volt plug here, and I believe there's one inside here as well. Yes, there is one inside there as well. So here is the magical here is the magical button for the back window. As you can see, you can stop it at any point, or you can go all the way down and go all the way up, or you can stop it and go all the way up. So my dogs love that. My dogs sit back there and stare out at the cars behind them. They absolutely love it. It's a pretty cool thing to have. Obviously, you know, down here you have your nice column shifter, you know, wrapped in this sort of fake wood, which carries through the vehicle. The interior in this vehicle, you know, that's another one of its downfalls. It is dated, for sure. The interior is dated. The display, you know, it's a small screen. It's not very clear. The navigation is not very friendly to use. And there's no Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so you can't even hook up, you know, your iPhone or your Android phone and use the maps on that. So this again, 2019. The 2020s do have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and they've made their screen bigger. So they are starting to make some changes. Also in here, you do have a very small LCD display, and the graphics are not very good. You can see the graphics are not very up to date, that's for sure. So as far as, you know, modern interiors, the 4Runner is not gonna do it for you if that's what you're looking for. But if you're looking for really good materials and perfect fit and finish, then this is what you want. Yeah, there is plastics in here, but they are super sturdy. Nothing moves, nothing creaks. The seams are perfect everywhere. There was definitely some time put into putting this interior together. It is dated, but it is well put together. Every turn, every click does something. Whether it's your control knobs, your climate control knobs, whatever it is, every turn does something. It's very strong, very sturdy, very well put together. So up here you do have, you know, garage openers, your lights. This is for your sunroof. You can tilt it up, you can slide it up, slide it back and forth. You do have your A-track you can turn on and off. A-track system is very good. It uses your brakes to help you get out of, you know, situations in snow and whatnot. And you also has your downhill assist control. So that's it. Like, that's it. This is the interior. Very basic, but very comfortable. Very well put together. The seats are extremely comfortable. I am more comfortable in this vehicle than I've ever been in a vehicle in my entire life. So anyway, guys, we're gonna take this thing for a little spin. I'll sort of show you the fuel mileage. I average between 18 and 20 mpg on a regular basis, but we're gonna take this thing for a little drive, you know, just give you some on-road characteristics of the vehicle, and we'll go from there.